is David Schmidt. I am a husband, father, inventor, and the CEO and founder of Lifewave. God has left his fingerprint in nature and in natural design. And by studying nature with this perspective, we can unlock some secrets that have been hidden. The DNA is thought of as a reservoir or a repository of information, but actually it's much, much more than that. In our DNA, there is actually a link to the ether where light is emitted. Light, as it turns out, is the primary control mechanism for everything else that happens in the body. If we can understand the language of the DNA, the code by which this all works, that means we can use light in an entirely different way to improve our health, our quality of life, and even change the way we age. What if we could embed wavelengths of light into water that would trigger the regenerative mechanisms and cause people to heal at a rate as when they were younger? What if we actually found out that in a book that was written thousands of years ago, that information already existed? The first sentence of the book of Genesis is about, in the beginning, how God created the heavens and the earth. So when God was creating the heavens and the earth, there was a mathematical blueprint, and that blueprint shows up in nature. And it happens to show up in organisms that don't age. The mathematical codes are identical. The implications to this are absolutely extraordinary. What drives me is that there's this enormous sense of hope that we can create technology to generate clean energy, that we can have foods that aren't genetically modified, and we can meet all of the needs on the planet that we have to, and that we can heal people and give them their lives back.
Danny, are you on?
I'm on right here. Can people hear me? I'm telling you, I have been using, I don't know what that everything seems to be working differently. I put the ice on my knee for the 2 days, and the pain is gone. I wear the X39 in only two places, and I've been using this, and it's incredible. I don't know. It's funny. I get on my station bicycle, and I'm moving like I was 20 years ago. I can't believe it. There's something that's happening here. I'm so excited as I approach, listen to this, my 75th birthday next month. I am so excited. I can't believe this, man.
I am so blown away, and I'm so proud of you. I just want to congratulate you, and because we see so much of this. We see MS, we see people struggling with this, and seeing a testimonial like that from you is so heartwarming, because this is going to be an inspiration to so many people who have the same issue.
Any last words you'd like to leave any of our viewers?
I'm just excited. Kind of technology that we have now. I am just blown away by some of the stuff that we encounter right here, and people who have neuropathy and stuff like that. That I know that these patches could do something to them and lessen that excruciating pain that they have right now.
Go ahead, Dottie. I'm sorry. People who are very close to us, people in our families who've had challenges, we put these on, and the changes took place within, I'd say, a day or two.
Well, we noticed change on the biofeedback on our primary data immediately after putting the patch on, which was shocking because the machinery doesn't make mistakes. So I've never seen it say stem cell regeneration, again, mitochondria.
We don't see this on this. We use scalar technology. This is Tesla technology, the most evolved, advanced technology. We're doing this massive research, involving national entities, Native American nations, and we're gathering data on this. And Dr. James here just hooks people up to the machine, and immediately within 20 minutes, half an hour after we hook them up, people in our immediate circle we start seeing on the screen stem cell formation, stem cell activation. This is unheard of. This is quantitative, empirical data that shows that the stem cells in the body are being activated the minute you put the patch on. It's unbelievable.
I've never had anybody before me. Oh gosh. So my name is Sherry. In 2023, my cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, came back. And after my first session at chemo, I got real sick, and they had to put me in the hospital because my white blood cells went down real low. And I was in there for 5 days, and on the 5th day, when Brenda could come see me, she came in and put patches on me, the Eon and the X39. And I was supposed to do 3 huge rounds of chemo. So you do chemo first week, second week, and the other week off. Well, the second, after I came out of that, I was only able to do 1 round of chemo. My second round of chemo I couldn't do because I was too sick. Brenda came and put patches on, and then when I got out of the hospital and went back to see my cancer doctor, he wanted me to go to the Mayo Clinic because he wanted me to look into getting stem cell transplant. So we went to the Mayo Clinic, went through all these tests again for 3 days, and by this time it was like 5 weeks since I was sick. And the doctor, and I've been taking the patches almost 6 weeks now. Come on. And the doctor at the Mayo Clinic, he kept looking at all the stuff that my test results, and he kept looking at my husband and I, and then he stood up and he said, "Your cancer free."
I was sickly, to put it mildly. I was diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoporosis, and thyroid issues in my 40s, and I'm now 78. I've been on this journey. It's a year now, 1 year. And prior to that, I lived with pain, so I didn't really know how bad I was until the different things started changing. I put the patch on and felt differences in 4 hours. So I went, well, total pain to feeling like someone was rubbing my back and putting deep heat right down the spine. I lived with inflammation on every joint, looked like watermelons, and that just melted away. And today I hardly have any inflammation, even in this Texas heat. So my knees are good. I was a candidate for knee replacements, and the doctor wanted to schedule me a year ago before we did the patches. I had done stem cells injections, and they didn't do anything. But the patches have made such a difference that I haven't even gone back to the surgeon to even consider knee replacement. Let me see. So I'm walking now. I can go to the gym. I'm in silver sneakers. I stretch. I do all of the things that they tell you to do. I do. I also had damage to my eyes from the Western medicine for lupus. And I had dry eyes, dry mouth, dry nose, and the dryness had caused wrinkled retina. And so I went for my annual checkup, I'd say almost a year before I started the patches. And they noticed macular degeneration starting, and the wrinkled eye looked really bad. So they had me come back in 6 months. And so I was on the patches about 4 or 5 months at that time. There is no signs of macular degeneration. And the wrinkled retina had improved. And, you know, when you're in your 70s, these are things the doctors talked about. I also had my annual physical. And the doctor said, "Your blood is amazing. You're like a 50-year-old. Your organs are like a 50-year-old. Your heart is in perfect condition. You have great blood pressure, no odd sounds for my age. And he said, keep up the good work.
Okay, so tell me, what pain do you have?
Knee pain. I've had 2 knee surgeries already.
Okay, so I'm going to try. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try and patch it here, okay? Yep. So, here, pull it up higher. Yeah. Tell me where the actual pain is.
It's just the joint.
The joint? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to in half because if it doesn't go away, I'm going to try to move it.
Yeah.
Any difference at all?
I think it's because I'm thinking about it.
Nope. It's not. It's not placebo.
Oh, wow.
Tell me what. How you feel?
Like, not stiff.
Yeah?
Like, it's more, like...
Are you for real?
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Girl, no, seriously, my knees are usually, like, crunchy from my surgery.
Keep doing.
What the heck? No. What the heck? What?
What, you couldn't do that?
No, like it would hurt. Like
So
it would be so like sharp pain. I would have like sharp pain because I've literally had 2 knee surgeries already. So this is me walking down your hill, and usually I have tons of knee pain. I was walking down a hill this morning and no pain right now. Yeah, that's crazy. Like my knees are more, I would say, fluid. Like they usually like crack and stuff from my surgery, but yeah, I'm just walking down, no pain, crazy.
Ever since I started X39, my life is normal. It's life-changing for me. Can you imagine not being able to open your eyes for 6.5 years, or chewing, or any of that, double vision and, all that stuff? It's not fun.
And I know. And then you're walking. Share with us now what you're able to do.
I'm dancing. I'm walking. I'm doing, and I'm in the yard for 9 hours in a day. And I'm not tired. I just take a lunch break. I can work forever. I can work, but unfortunately I have to stop because it gets dark. Till I'm working. But I love my plants in my garden.
So at 83 years old, you have completely turned around this terrible, debilitating disease in 8 months on X39.
Oh, before that, in 2 days, my eyes could open.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You're right. I know. Tell us that progression of when you noticed difference starting.
Okay. The first patch I put on, the next day, I was walking. 2 days later, my eyes were open. And I chew, and I had no double vision till this day. So from the end of March to now, all my symptoms are gone. I can't say that I'm cured because it's supposed to be an incurable disease, but I'm normal. My prayers were answered. I feel like, God had a role in introducing this X39 to me, because I'm a normal person now. Prior to that, I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, which is an autoimmune disease. And I've had it for 7 years. And my symptoms were, I could not open my eyes. I could not chew my food. I had double vision, and I could walk, but maybe like 2-3 steps, stop, walk again, 2-3 steps. That were my symptoms. Today, I have no symptoms whatsoever. And I feel
You may have heard it said that people say necessity is the mother of invention, but actually what I found is that divine inspiration is the actual key that unlocks the impossible. I didn't know those things when I was a young 8-year-old telling my dad I wanted to be an inventor. I just knew I wanted to create things and maybe even change the world in the process. As I grew up, my thirst and hunger to invent only became stronger, and I looked for a way to channel my energies into something that could benefit people. Then, one day, when driving home from work, I received what I would call a divine insight. What if we used light in an entirely new way to communicate with the human body? That's when the Lifewave technology was born, and the rest, as they say, is history. Sometimes I find it really hard to believe that this year I was issued my 200th patent, an accomplishment that makes me feel just so incredibly blessed. It's a testament that through the power of prayer, recognizing God as Lord and Creator, the power of persistence, and yeah, a lot of hard work. But as I get to do what I love to do every day, I fully acknowledge that it is through the great teamwork of our incredible global corporate staff and, of course, our amazing field leaders and brand partners. Without them, Lifewave wouldn't be what it is today. And I find it so incredible that with all of this, we're just getting started. After over 6 years of research, you can now deliver light-infused water to your body at the touch of a button, allowing you to achieve health benefits that have never been before possible with our X2O system. And not to mention that this also opens up an entirely new market for Lifewave. I have also worked with our research team to create an entirely new way of producing clean and abundant energy that will power your home, your electric car, and even generate enough power that you can sell the excess electricity back to the grid. When we release this new technology, it will provide you with a new financial opportunity while also helping to clean up the planet in the process. Something else I'm really proud of is that we're also launching our new drone technology as we speak. What I love about our community is that we are a group of people wanting to be part of the solution and helping those in need. These drones will allow us to do just this. When disaster strikes, we can bring hope to others. And we can do this in the form of relief aid and patches and expose our brand to a broader audience through resulting press coverage. Our principal mission, though, hasn't changed. I'm determined to find solutions for stopping and reversing human aging. And it's incredibly rewarding to see just how much progress we've made in this endeavor. I can tell you that Lifewave is truly a world leader on this subject. Patents on these and other inventions will ensure that Lifewave will only be growing bigger, stronger, and more influential for decades to come. And that's through this proprietary technology that is ours alone. So the great news, we all share a common vision: to help others by empowering people to take control of their well-being, their livelihood, and their longevity. As we continue to innovate and serve the needs of our customers, together we will be unstoppable. So let's share the light and let's be the light.
It was 12 years ago. I was 53. I didn't even know what Parkinson's was. I had Parkinson's. And they said it's usually men get it in their 70s. And I didn't even know what it was. I was in shock. I had no idea what I was in for. The nurse didn't really explain it to me, the doctor. And so I went blindly, just kind of figuring my way through the process. I lost my appetite. I lost my ability to walk freely. I started having dyskinesia, which was a complete loss of body movement. I mean, I would be flailing all over the place like I was having an epileptic fit. At night, my legs would shake, my body would shake. I thought I was going to die. I mean, I really felt like I had lost control of everything. I was headed for a wheelchair. I mean, you know, it was really embarrassing. It was really hard to go through, and I really wanted to just crawl in a rabbit hole, you know. But I thought there would be no, you know, end to it. Nobody was giving any, you know, like there's no cure. Everybody's different with the Parkinson's. Your meds are different, everything, you know, and they're not discussing any cure. I was talking with this woman, and we were on Nextdoor, and somehow the topic came up that I had Parkinson's, and she said, "Oh, I think I have something that will really do you right." And I said, "What do you got?" And I'm like, "What do you got? You know, help me." And she said, "I have these patches and X39." And she explained it. I said, "Bring them over." And she brought them over personally. And that was in the end of November, beginning of December. At the same time, I was told that I had to move, which I loved my house in Point Reyes. I mean, Parkinson's, you can't handle stress. It just flips you out. It turns you into a flailing, you know, just crazy person. But with the patches, I had to move by December. And with the patches, I began them right away. I calmed down. I was able to pack my stuff up. I put it in my car and brought it to where I found a place. I'm living at my mom's house. I began walking, and I started walking a lot. But now I'm walking without the walker. I'm doing a cane occasionally. I walk 2 miles a day around Novato, California, and I'm like living my life again. I thought I had lost all my dreams. I want to do what I do best, which is organizing and decorating homes. I mean, it seems like it's possible. I've got energy again. I'm happy, which I wasn't happy. I was miserable. I mean, it's just opened up my future, you know, completely. But I couldn't control my hands sometimes, you know, it was really bad. My life has changed.
Philadelphia Eagles. Love the game. Glad it's over. Pain, unbelievable. Okay, but the reason why, all the things I've done to my body over the years, is taking its toll right now. But you know, I went to the chiropractor, the trainer, the acupuncturist, and the spine doctor. Everybody said something different. But you know what? I tried it all. Still have pain. Start taking the X39, the X39. Pain, zilch, gone, no more. It's been 2.5 months right now since I started taking it. Maybe 3. But I tell you what, whether it works or not, I know it does.
Aaron called me up in March and said, "Are you still in pain?" And I said, "Debilitating pain." And he said, "What do you know about stem cells?" I said, "Well, actually, I know a little bit about stem cells. My oldest daughter, when she was born, she's handicapped, and we had to give her stem cell injections. And that was back in 2000, before it was even accepted in the United States. So I knew a little bit. He said he had something that would regenerate our stem cells. I said, "Well, I'm interested." I said, "I'm interested, so, you know, come over and show me." He came over the next day and told me everything he could tell me about it, gave me a handful of patches and instructions. So the next morning I got up and I said, "Okay, I've got this patch." I'm standing in the bathroom and I said, I need to put this patch on. But if I put it behind my neck, what if I break out or I get something happens? I can't see it back there. I don't want to put it behind my neck. And if I put it on below my navel, I'm sure my belt buckle is going to wear it off. So I stuck it right here. Walked out the couch, sat down, and I look and I feel this like electricity underneath my skin, just going down my pectoral muscle and going down my shoulder to my bicep. And I thought, what is this? Nothing happens this fast. This can't be happening. So I had a sports injury, my knee, from 1984. So I look at my knee and I'm thinking maybe my knee's tingling like my shoulder is, and because, you know, that's when I need it, that should be happening. And I'm looking at my knee and I'm feeling it. It wasn't tingling at all. And then that light bulb went off and it made me aware that, man, my knee doesn't hurt. My knee has hurt for 38 years. I couldn't bend it. So anyway, now I look down at my feet because since 2019, neuropathy pain, nerve damage. Every 6 months I go to my doctor and I say, "You've got to give me something to get rid of this pain. I can't give you narcotics. I don't want narcotics. I have a hazardous occupation and I need to have my wits about me. So she's telling me you just have to live with it. I'm looking down at my feet. My right foot felt like I had 3 nails in it all the time. My left foot felt like I had a nail stuck through it all the time. I'm there and I'm looking at them, I realize my feet don't hurt. Instantly, my chronic pain went away. Now I'm standing up and I'm checking out all my injuries. I'm going, let's see, I broke my neck in the 80s and it doesn't hurt. I lost a disc in my back. They told me I'd never work again. That doesn't hurt. This is another sports injury. I can't straighten that arm out. And I'm a Mason, so I'm using this elbow all the time. That didn't hurt. And I'm going, this is amazing. And the thing I can say about it is, X39, David Schmidt, and God brought me to this point where I got my life back.
It wasn't the flesh injector, but it coagulated my blood. When I went down, I went on life support. They gave me 4 hours to live, told mom, dad, and my wife. A friend of mine is a doctor in Tampa. He actually rushed down here and got involved. They got me back. And this has been 3 or 4 years ago. Ever since then, my heart has just went down because the muscle was weak. February of this year, I hit my lowest at 14% injection rate. He didn't have a lot of hope for me. He said the best that they could do is put a defibrillator in as a safety net. That same time frame that I went in to do pre-op work for the defibrillator, which I do not have, my sponsor called me. She said, you know, I want you to look at something. I got something new. And you know how networkers, when you get that phone call and you see that name, that's, oh, what do they got? I looked at it.
Good thing you picked it up.
Yes, I looked at it. I called her back and I said, do you have any of these? Where are they? You know, I would like to try it. Well, I've got some, but I'm on my way to a meeting in Sarasota. Dr. Stacy's talking. And I said, when ends the meeting? She goes, in about 35 minutes. And I said, I'm on my way. I went down and did that same week. When I put them patches on, my blood sugar dropped. It went to 78. I'm usually 160 on full meds. Thought something was wrong, and we figured out my pills were overdosing me now because my body was creating what I needed to control my blood sugar. Blood pressure.
How long did that take again?
That took about 3.5 to 4 weeks, and I was completely off of all diabetic meds. 2 months ago, I went back to the cardiologist because I was feeling better. I didn't have the flutters. I knew I was better. And they did a stress test 2 months ago with 35%. And he's anticipating now that I'm at 45%. We're going to do another stress test on my heart in another month and a half.
Give me a hand.
Ever since I started X39, my life is normal. It's life-changing for me. Can you imagine not being able to open your eyes for 6.5 years, or chewing, or any of that, double vision and, you know, all that stuff? It's not fun.
And I know. And then you're walking. Share with us now what you're able to do.
I'm dancing. I'm walking. I'm doing, and I'm in the yard for 9 hours in a day, and I'm not tired. I just take a lunch break. I can work forever. I can work, but unfortunately I have to stop because it gets dark. Till it's dark I'm working. But I love my plants in my garden. So
at 83 years old, you have completely turned around this terrible, debilitating disease in 8 months on X39.
Oh, before that, in 2 days, my eyes could open.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You're right. I know. Tell us that progression of when you noticed difference starting.
Okay. The first patch I put on, the next day, I was walking. 2 days later, my eyes were open and I could chew and I had no double vision till this day. So from the end of March to now, all my symptoms are gone. I can't say that I'm cured because it's supposed to be an incurable disease, but I'm normal. My prayers were answered. I feel like, God had a role in introducing this X39 to me because I'm a normal person now, okay? Prior to that, I was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis, which is an autoimmune disease. And I've had it for 7 years. And my symptoms were, I could not open my eyes. I could not chew my food. I had double vision. And I could walk, but maybe like 2-3 steps. Walk again, 2-3 steps. That were my symptoms. Today, I have no symptoms whatsoever. And I feel...
As we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one Lifewave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. And the best part? X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective.
I've been for about the last 6 years having procedures done to my low back where they go in and they literally burn the nerve endings off of your vertebrae to keep pain down. I had developed arthritis, and it was pretty bad. Okay. It was from a very old injury, and after many years, it set into my back. When I saw Beamy and Lifewave and the X39, I thought, why not? I'm just going to give it a try after your testimony. Okay, so that night we were watching this TV program, and I had put this patch on, and about an hour into this program, all of a sudden I realized that my back pain was gone, and I just went, this is not possible.
I know.
This can't be. And I jumped up from the sofa and I yelled at my husband, my back pain is gone. My back pain is gone. What in the world happened?
I know.
And it has not returned. That was the 18th day of June. I'm a skeptic. I think a lot of people are very skeptical of new things out on the market and all of this. That's right. Well, because I have high blood pressure, I couldn't take a lot of anti-inflammatories. So I put that patch on, and about an hour later, my pain was completely gone. And I was hurting standing or sitting. It didn't matter.
Right. Wow.
I had been sitting for 2 or 3 months, actually, with all this pain that I had been having, not able to get in the kitchen and cook, which my husband was not happy about. But the best part of all of this, now I'm using the patch. I'm using the patch for skin. At 77, we can't hope to look like Marilyn Monroe. But at least, I have very dry skin, so it makes it difficult. It is actually starting to help my skin. My little dog, she's blind, and I put her up on the sofa, and she gouged my leg, and my skin is so thin that she just burst my skin wide open. I actually put the patch next to the injury. Guess what? It's healed.
How quickly?
About 3 weeks.
You may have already heard about Lifewave wearable technology, wafer-thin, lightweight patches that produce remarkable health benefits. If you're still working to wrap your mind around the more than 80 independent clinical and research studies that back up Lifewave claims, or if you just simply love this technology already and enjoy seeing it work fast, we've brought you to a quiet farm in Southern California to witness the instant power of Lifewave. Not on humans, but on horses. Because after all, horses can't be told how to react to this amazing technology. They just do, virtually every time. In fact, 2 published studies in 2005 and 2011 involving no fewer than 175 horses, one of them with a placebo-controlled element, showed significant reduction in pain using Lifewave, as shown by before and after infrared thermal images, plus generally accepted veterinarian methods for locating and measuring pain points in horses. I wanted to see for myself, and you'll get to watch right along with me. John Chance, a distributor in Lifewave since 2004, has been working within the equine industry with horse owners and rodeo competitors for years, patching thousands of horses along the way to help relieve their pain and discomfort. This Facebook video is a great example. John first locates the discomfort, then does his best to carefully place a patch near the pain. Not so easy. And just seconds later, the horse is calm and no longer reacting to pressure. Today, John has gathered several horses so we can see for ourselves what happens as he applies patches, with their owners looking on. Didn't take him too long to find some pain.
That's pain.
On goes the patch. And then look at the difference.
Stand right here.
Oh, wow.
And just push as hard as I can.
Here's another one.
Okay, that's pain.
Patch goes on.
No reaction. Pain is gone.
And now watch this.
About went to his knees. When I done this a minute ago, what the horse done? The horse kind of stumbled.
But once again, with Lifewave to the rescue.
You see horse?
I see.
No reaction.
No reaction, okay. Now what John did next really does bring focus to how fast this technology can work.
I'll remove the patch.
Oh.
I'm gonna take them off. Pain's probably already back, watch.
No kidding. He's reacting.
Reacting. Again.
Just like that.
Yep. And we're gonna repatch again.
And it won't react?
Won't react.
On go the patches again.
Wow.
I heard a wow over there.
Yeah. Till you see it in person, they don't believe it. All right?
And with the patches back on? Look at that. Well, that's incredible.
And again. See, I'm just digging in that spot.
Yes, you are.
I'm digging, more pressure. And this is danger zone. I'm asking this horse and about this horse to kick me.
He's calmed down. He's calmed down.
Unbelievable. So basically, you know, the whole point of this, doing this in the first place, John, is that horses, they don't know anything other than to be a horse and to react to what's going on. They don't know placebo. They have no agenda. And that's the whole point of this, is to say that this technology works that fast, whether it's a horse or whether it's a human. So you know what you need to do next. You need to get patched. AccuLife for horses, X39 for humans. Contact the Lifewave distributor that shared this video with you and try X39 or any of our great products risk-free. And feel the power of Lifewave.
I'm a cardiologist. I'm 66 years old. And I recently was in my office and went to see a patient that I have seen for many years. And I should say that the patient was really going downhill for the longest time. We were very worried about it. Memory, performance, everything. He was just going down. So I walked in the room this time, and I could not see I could not believe what I saw. He looked younger. He had lost 25 pounds. He was smiling, and he was behaving like he was smiling the whole time. So I asked him what he was doing, and he said, "I'm just doing these patches." To make the story short, by the end of the conversation, he gave me 3 patches. So I said, he asked me, "Where do you hurt the most?" And I said, "Well, my worst problem, which I have a lot of them, musculoskeletal problems, is my left hip. I'm suffering from it. The surgeon wants me to operate on it for the last 3 years or so, and I don't want to do it. Thank God I haven't." He gave me the patch the first day. That night, I was 80 to 90% better with pain, less pain. I have a big bursitis inflammation on the left hip. It was at least visible, 60% better. And my mobility on the left leg was a lot better. By the end of the weekend, I was 90% better with less pain. Swelling was down to 20%. And I could not believe that my leg, I was able to climb stairs with no major problem. I called him that night and said, you need to give me these patches. I don't only want to become a distributor of this. I haven't had a chance to check what ingredients are or what's going on, but I believe in this. I want to become a distributor and I want to become a shareholder.
You're right.
So that's it. I became a distributor the next day, and I've already talked to a lot of people. I have friends, physicians that are already using the patches. They cannot believe what's going on with this. Myself, I'm using it for my hip. I'm using it for my low back. I have L5 compression of the nerve. I don't even feel my back any longer.
From a doctor's standpoint, though, why is it so great that these stem cells? Is it really that they're re-energizing?
Well, I think you know something. I want to learn. Yeah. I have a lot to learn from it. This is a new technology. You tell people about it. You tell scientists about it, and they may question it. And all I can tell you is that it works. I do believe that we have a lot to learn from it. Everybody's different. Honest to say that everybody's different. So what may work for me may not work for somebody else. And there may be, the X39 may work for somebody in 24 hours and it may work for somebody else in 3 months or something. But we will learn from it. And I'm telling everybody you need to give this at least a 3-month trial and see what you feel. Even if you're not having an issue, just try it.
Awesome.
So I'm very happy to be a part of the company and thank you for excited.
Please share with us how the amazing X39 technology works. We got a lot of brand partners that are brand new, so they really want to hear from you. And then we got some highly sophisticated, educated doctors in the room, so kind of relate to all of them how this technology works.
Yeah, so the first thing to understand, I suppose, is that our bodies are based on light as a form of communication. We have a bioelectrical system in our body, which is all based on math and geometry. And if we can understand what this biological code is, we can do some really remarkable things with it. So the current direction of my research is looking at species that are immortal and looking at codes, the mathematical codes that we find in the Bible and mathematical codes that we find in nature, which I now think of as being God's fingerprint. And we can use this information to support the body's natural healing systems in ways that haven't been available before. So with the patches, which is one of many different technologies that we'll come out with. I know we'll probably talk a little bit about what's in store for the future, which is incredibly exciting. But on the patches, because this is our foundational technology and our foundational products, they stimulate the skin with a blend of different wavelengths of light that are modulated to contain information. So what does this mean? If we think of laser communications, which have been around for many, many decades now, and that's how fiber optics work. We're going to take a laser, we modulate the light to contain information, and then at the receiving end, that light is unpacked and decoded, and now we can hear voice or see video. So the human body essentially works the same way, meaning that light is emitted from the cells. And actually, how light is emitted from the cells is an incredibly fascinating subject because it's coming from the DNA and the hydrogen bonds in the DNA. And that light emission has actually come from the spiritual realm, you might say. But what this all means is that in the thousands and thousands of different biochemical reactions that are occurring at any one time, there are pulses of coherent laser-like light that is emitted from the DNA, emitted from the cells, and this orchestrates and initiates the changing biochemical environment in the cell. So what this means is that now, through normal course of aging, our glutathione or our copper peptide levels would decrease. But if we know the code where we can stimulate the skin and communicate with the body and say, hey, I'd like to increase those copper peptide levels, and I want to improve the activity of the stem cells in the body. If we know that code, then it's nothing more complicated than stimulating the skin with those wavelengths of light to instruct the cells to elevate the copper peptide. And the exciting thing is that that's only the beginning. What we can do with light-based technology is nothing short of extraordinary.
Now, Lifewave X39 is the latest in stem cell technology, and the concept of this affordable stem cell treatment emerges as a beacon of hope. It is non-invasive, no surgeries, no chemicals, and no side effects, and very affordable. Listen to what people have to say about the power of X39.
And we were turned down for stem cell therapy replacement because they said we weren't sick enough. So when I heard Prime talk about stem cell, I jumped right in. And I got my patches and I put them on April 1st. My fingers on my right hand, these two fingers didn't move for 25 years. And can you see me?
I had put this patch on about an hour into this program. All of a sudden, I realized that my back pain was gone, and I just went, this is not possible.
What I've done to my body over the years is taking its toll right now. But you know, I went to the chiropractor, the trainer, the acupuncturist, and the spine doctor. Everybody said something different. But you know what? I tried it all.